So today, we're talking about someone you've probably never even heard of before. Today, we're talking about a very important character involved in the creation of the New Plague. And for those who need an answer, yes, the New Plague is the one used on places like Gilneas, South Shore, and the Wrathgate. And as you can imagine, the New Plague is the cause of many issues, so it's hard to imagine that there was this mystery figure, not prominent, but just as important as everyone else we connect to it. And this man's name is Castillian. And we first learn about Castillian in the Warcraft comics, namely the ones involving the Ashbringer storyline. There we learn that he is a member of the Argent Dawn, the predecessor to the Argent Crusade we see today. For those who haven't read the comic, the Ashbringer revolves around the Mograine family, namely Darien and Alexandros Mograine, and their fall to undeath. I'm not going to go over the entire thing. I recommend you go and read it for yourself, but all you really need to know is that Darien, in a quest to locate his deceased father and the missing Ashbringer, took a small party into the Scourge Fortress of Naxxramas, and Castillian was a part of this party. And of course, Darien and a few others were uneasy of Castillian. They believed he was a spy, that he couldn't be trusted, and Darien's suspicion of the mage would be correct. Castillian was a spy. His true master was one Varimathras, the once second hand to Sylvanas and perpetrator of a plot to overthrow his queen. Even so, Darien's party battled their way through Nax, only to be defeated by the Four Horsemen and fail their mission. Every man under Darien's leadership was killed, including Castillian. And for the rest of the graphic novel, we assume that Castillian is dead, but then, in the epilogue of the book, Castillian is shown to be delivering spores to his demonic master, and these spores would be used in the creation of the New Plague. And that is the last time we saw Castillian. Since then, he has not been reintroduced or spoken of, but his contributions to the Nathrazim are still felt to this day. You could say that he might have had a role to play if Varimathras wasn't ousted from the Undercity after the Wrathgate incident, but even then, he was never said to be killed or long gone. It's possible, and I mean very possible, that this Castillian is still out there. For someone so important to the events that have simmered to the surface as of recent, I don't think he'll stay absent forever. So the question becomes, what is he doing right now? Where is he exactly? Well, here are some things to note. The next expansion for WoW is going to take place in the Shadowlands. The Nathrazim, the Dreadlords, are somehow connected to the Shadowlands, and we know this because it was they who took the Helm of Domination and Frostmourne from the Shadowlands and gave them to the Lich King. As of now, as of 8.3, as of BFA, there's only one known Dreadlord still running around and doing things, and that would be Mal'Ganis. It's possible, since Mal'Ganis has not been seen since his brief appearance at the Tomb of Sargeras, that he is currently operating somewhere on Azeroth or in the Shadowlands. And if that's the case, Castillian might make an appearance. You see, Mal'Ganis, Balnazzar, and Varimathras were all allies. It's highly likely that Castillian didn't serve just one, but rather all three. Plus, in a Q&A that took place a few years ago, the devs did say that we have not seen the last of Castillian, and since the next expansion is all about death, it's a pretty good time to bring him back. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns regarding this video, WoW, or its lore, you can leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to read each and every one of them. Thanks for watching.